So it's day 59. I'm sitting at 1618, and at the time of this recording, it's the day before 420, which some people consider to be Doge Day, which is a meme coin. You're probably already familiar with Dogecoin, meme coins, etc. And it made me think about how this BG Wealth sharing opportunity, copy and paste trade, having the option to benefit off of somebody else doing the trades, providing the signals, you copy and paste and benefit from the upside of it. Now, there's certain people who, talking about how risky BG Wealth sharing is. I get it. They're talking about how it's not real, it's a scam, I understand those perspectives, but a lot of those people are on the outside looking in versus getting their own inside view to decide if this is something that they can actually multiply their money or even withdraw, because some of them saying that you can't withdraw, and that's where they lost me at initially. I'm like, they can't withdraw, but I know people who are withdrawing. Somebody lying was my thought process. So I decided to enroll for myself, see, the ins and outs. I too was able to multiply the money and then withdraw as well. So some of the things that they're saying, I'm like, they're using fear, uncertainty, and doubt to keep people from enrolling. But I get those angles. If you don't feel comfortable joining, then this ain't for you. This ain't to try to convince or persuade. If you don't want to do it, this ain't for you. But if you want to take a chance and say, you know what, let me see what my initial investment can do, and then once I multiply my money, I'll take out my initial investment, or whatever your goal is. If that's something you want to do, then it's a link down below to where you can get access. If you're already a part of BG Wealth Sharing, it's a link down below that you can get access to a system that I think will be worth you looking at if you're growing and sharing BG Wealth with others. But this is what I want to point out. A lot of the same people who might be demonizing or knocking BG are some of the same ones who have invested in meme coins. Now, I've invested in meme coins as well. I've lost money in meme coins. But you got to understand that when it comes to meme coins, majority of them are what they would call rug pulls, meaning it could be qualified as a scam because people are just actually trying to see how many people they can get to flood in, and then they pull their money out, and it's such a big amount that they pull percentage wise in comparison to how many tokens were available for that meme coin that the whole project fails, in a short amount of time. And that has happened previously. Like, I did a video and it was a meme coin, and they leveraged some information that was false, and I think the investment went up, like, I think I said 6,000%, a huge percentage. But those are the type of things that people will invest in, but they will still look at BG Wealth Sharing and seeing the network, the community, the culture, people growing their money, people taking out their money, people actually paying fees on the exchange to withdraw the money. And then they would still demonize this, although they've invested in meme coins that have probably flop, failed, not been real, trying to get that high multiple. So make sure you pay attention to, the people that you're listening to, but also if you're the person who has invested in several meme coins and made money and or lost money like I have, then this may be something you want to strongly consider. And I wonder if the people, and this is just kind of a thought process that just came to mind, I wonder if the critics are those who are, saying BG is not real, it's a scam, etc. I wonder how they're going to feel when we actually withdraw, report the income, because this is taxable income, so we're not looking at it like it's under the table. No, it's taxable income. Report income, which then you pay taxes on. If you do it the strategic way, you would legally minimize your taxes, so you're not paying the highest amount. You want to legally, strategically minimize your taxes, legally, ethically, morally, but pay taxes on those gains that we made. And now the IRS, got paid, whatever taxes came from, if you're depending on your state. I wonder if that will legitimize it in their mind, knowing that, oh, this was real money that they reported and they paid taxes on it. Does that make it more real to you? Because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, if it was claimed as income, because it would be claimed as income, because once it gets transferred to the crypto, a lot of these platforms are sending out 1099 DAs for digital assets. Does that make it real to you, to the individual? Because there are people who have claimed their earnings this year because they got in BG last year. So does that legitimize it in your mind? Just a question between, you and you. If you want to answer that question down below, that's fine as well. But understand that meme coins, yeah, they cool, they have great potential, but 90+% of them are rug pulls. They're not real. They're not going to amount to anything, because anybody can kind of pop out a meme coin within minutes. And now they're just trying to popularize that meme coin in hopes that enough people gravitate to it in whatever time frame. And sometimes they have groups, telegrams, all different types of groups dedicated to launching the meme coin, so that everybody just floods in. Those who were behind the scenes were able to get a nice rate of return in a short amount of time possible, and then boom, that coin, it's still on the blockchain, it still exists, but the run up has passed them by. So I want you to really think when it comes to what you demonize, but what you have also put your money into that might not have amounted to what you thought it could, and then consider if BG is worthy of you investing in. If this is not something that you're interested in at all, then I'm surprised you're here at this channel. But there are a lot of people who are not in BG wealth sharing that's making content about it, trying to prove the illegitimacy of BG. And it is what it is. We don't bash or knock those individuals, because sometimes people come from a good place trying to look out for people, but sometimes people should probably stay in their place at the same time, or at least have an inside viewpoint of how it's working, with them putting their own money in, seeing if they're able to get their own money out, and seeing if they're able to do what the platform says it can do. And that's my experience. My experience is the platform said the money could double within a certain amount of days. Mine doubled in far less. The platform said I would be able to withdraw. I was able to withdraw. The platform said they were going to charge the fee, the 12% fee. That's what they did, as long as you don't withdraw too soon. And the platform is producing 1.2% per day. It's doing that. And if there is a loss, they do a makeup trade. They say they would do that, and the makeup trades have been successful as well. Now, this is just me, my documentation of the platform. This is not financial advice. This is not me telling you what you should or should not do with your funds. I'm just documenting my personal perspective as it happens in real time, or as real close to real time as possible. That way you can decide if this is a good fit for you or not. And let me know your testimony down below. If you're a part of BG, I love to see those testimonies of things that you've been able to do, because believe it or not, one comment at a time that shows what you were able to do kind of quiets the noise of those who say you can't withdraw, you can't do this. And there's people in real time commenting from all different parts and different walks of life that have had great success with BG wealth sharing. And it just lets you know the potential, the power, the optimism that's being created, the hope that's being generated by people who are having success. Now, fast forward, we can look at this video and I could be wrong. But also fast forward, we can look at this video and this was just the beginning of a transfer of wealth. Because the transfer of wealth is happening. The transfer of wealth is happening. I want y'all to remember that phrase, the transfer of wealth. I'll tell you why in a future video. But the transfer of wealth is happening. It's just a matter of where it's going to transfer to, and are you going to be in position to catch it. I think BG Wealth Sharing gives you the opportunity to get in position to catch it if you decide to get on the inside. If not, no big deal, no love lost. But don't have those future regrets. Like if you think back and say fast forward years, sometime in the future, will you be like, dang, I wish I would have tried it and not just listen to all of the scare associated with it? If that's the case, and you will possibly regret not positioning yourself to double your money and do all of the things that that I've said or shared that it can do, then you might want to consider it, because you don't want to live with that regret. Because I think, and this is just me speaking from my perspective, I would much rather have tried something and realize, it flopped or I failed at whatever the initial investment I was willing to risk, than to not have done it and then it did exceptionally well and I was like, man, I could have did it. Just like with Bitcoin, for many people like, I should have jumped in when it was this, or I should have. And I'm sure you could think of many things that you felt that way, and it could have been other crypto coins, projects, etc. You wish you would have did it, but you didn't, and now you got a little bit of regret because you knew what it could do. If you think you might have that thought process around BG, then you might want to consider hopping in. If not, then that's cool as well. I just wanted to stress that, because a lot of times we're right there on the fence. And being on the fence is painful. You got to pick a side. You have to pick a side. It's okay if you're still vetting it, still trying to, make sure this is right for you. I get all of that. But just hanging out on the fence is painful. You have to decide if you want to give it a go and have no regrets, but be willing to risk whatever you initially invest, or decide, nah, I don't want no parts of it, and I'm not even going to pay attention to anybody talking about it. Either way is fine. I just hope you do what's right for you and your family. If you're in BG, link down below to get access to a system that I think you might find value in. If not, it's a link down below that you can take a good look and get a better understanding of what BG can do for you. That's all I got. Mr. Smith signing out. Salute.